Hi, I'm Helena. Or just Lena to most people who know me well enough. I've spent the last 4 years working myself to exhaustion for a shot at the Westfield Science Scholarship. My family doesn't have much, which is why that letter sitting on the kitchen counter meant everything. Did the mail come already? I asked my mom as I dropped my backpack on the floor. Mom looked up from chopping vegetables, her tired eyes brightening. Yes, there was something from Westfield University for you. I left it on the counter. I scanned the counter but saw nothing. Are you sure? I don't see it. That's strange. It was right there when I was making lunch. Maybe your brother moved it. Tyler, she called out. Did you see Helena's letter? My brother sauntered into the kitchen, phone in hand, not even bothering to look up. What letter? From Westfield, Mom said. The big envelope I told you not to touch. Oh, that thing. Tyler shrugged, still scrolling. I thought it was just more college junk mail. Something in his tone made my stomach tighten. Tyler, what did you do with my letter? Nothing. Too quick. Too dismissive. My best friend Jada walked in through the back door. She never knocked. And immediately sensed the tension. Whoa, who died? My college letter is missing, I said, eyes still fixed on Tyler. Jada placed her backpack next to mine. The Westfield one? Didn't you say it was coming today? It did come. Mom saw it. But now it's gone, and Tyler's acting weird. I'm not acting weird, Tyler snapped, finally looking up from his phone. Maybe you misplaced it, Mom. Mom shook her head. I put it right here, Tyler. Helena, check the recycling bin. Maybe it got swept up with the junk mail. I rifled through the bin in the corner, finding nothing but grocery flyers and bills. It's not here. Whatever, I've got practice, Tyler muttered, heading for the door. Jada blocked his path, arms crossed. If I were you, I'd empty your pockets before leaving. Get out of my way, Tyler growled. Tyler, Mom's voice took on that warning tone. What's going on? He rolled his eyes dramatically. Fine. I thought it was another rejection letter, okay? You've been so stressed about everything lately. I was trying to protect you. Protect me? From what? I demanded. From disappointment. I saw it was from Westfield and I opened it. My heart dropped. You opened my letter? Where is it now? Tyler looked away. I kind of tore it up. The kitchen went silent. Even Jada, who always had something to say, stood speechless. You tore up my scholarship letter? My voice was barely a whisper. I didn't know it was a scholarship. It just said, congratulations at the top. And I got mad because what, Tyler? Mom interrupted. Because your sister might succeed at something? No! Because she'd leave us, just like Dad did. He stormed out, slamming the door behind him. Jada put her arm around my shoulders. Helena, we can call the scholarship committee. Explain what happened. They'll send another letter. I nodded numbly, trying to process what just happened. 2 hours later, as I was on the phone with the Westfield administration office, the doorbell rang. Mom answered it, and Tyler walked in holding a bakery box. Is that cake? Jada asked incredulously. Tyler placed the box on the counter. I got your favorite. Strawberry cream. I thought maybe we could celebrate your scholarship. I called the number on the envelope pieces and they told me you got it. I stared at him, the phone still pressed to my ear. You tore up my future and brought cake as an excuse? I can't believe he thought cake would fix this, Jada said, sprawled across my bed while I paced the floor. That's like the most Tyler thing ever. I was still seething. The Westfield office said they'll email me the official documentation, but it could take up to 2 weeks to process a replacement letter. At least you know you got it. My other friend, Marcus, sat at my desk chair, spinning slowly. Full ride, right? Potentially life-changing, I confirmed. And he destroyed it because he was jealous. Marcus stopped spinning. Doesn't sound like jealousy to me. Sounds like fear of abandonment. Don't psychoanalyze him, Jada snapped. He's just a jerk. Not helping, Marcus replied evenly. Helena needs solutions, not fuel for her anger. My phone buzzed. It was Tyler. Can we talk? Is that him? Jada asked, noting my expression. He wants to talk. I tossed my phone aside. I don't. You'll have to eventually, Marcus pointed out. You live in the same house. The door cracked open and my younger sister Olivia peeked in. Mom says dinner's ready. Thanks, Liv, I said. We'll be down in a minute. She lingered in the doorway. Are you and Tyler fighting? He seems really upset. He should be, Jada muttered. I sighed. It's complicated, Liv. We'll figure it out. After Olivia left, Marcus leaned forward. Have you considered why he'd do something this extreme? Tyler's impulsive, but this seems calculated. What do you mean? I asked. When did the letter arrive? Was it before or after your mom got home from work? I thought back. Before, I think. Mom said it was there when she got home. So Tyler was alone with it for at least an hour, Marcus noted. He had time to think. Are you seriously defending him? Jada asked incredulously. I'm trying to understand the situation, Marcus replied, unfazed by her tone. Helena, has Tyler ever mentioned being afraid of you leaving for college? No, but... I paused, remembering something. Wait, last month, when I was filling out applications, he asked if I'd come back after graduating. I thought he was joking. Jada sat up. That's still no excuse for destroying something this important. I agree, Marcus said. But knowing why might help Helena decide what to do next. My phone buzzed again. I saved the pieces. All of them. He kept the letter pieces, I said, showing them the text. That's weird, Jada frowned. Actually, it's evidence, Marcus said thoughtfully. If you wanted to report this, having the pieces would help. Report it? To whom? I asked. The school guidance counselor for starters, Marcus suggested. What Tyler did constitutes harassment and interference with your education. That seems extreme, I said. But then recalled Tyler's smug expression when he brought the cake, like he thought he could buy forgiveness with frosting. What would reporting actually accomplish? Jada asked. It creates a record, Marcus explained. If this is part of a pattern, having documentation matters. There was that time he accidentally deleted my history paper, I remembered. And when he borrowed my graphing calculator before my math final. See? Pattern, Marcus said. You need allies, Helena. People who can support your side of the story. Jada stood up. We should talk to Miss Perez. She's been helping with your college applications anyway. And what about Mom? I asked. She witnessed part of it. Definitely include her, Marcus agreed. The more adults involved, the better. I looked at my phone again, at Tyler's text claiming he'd saved the evidence of his own betrayal. I think I know what to do, I said finally. But I'll need your help. The guidance office was quiet except for the gentle whirring of the ancient ceiling fan. Miss Perez sat across from me, examining the pieces of my scholarship letter that Tyler had reluctantly handed over. This is serious, Helena, she said, carefully arranging the torn paper on her desk. Academic sabotage isn't something we take lightly. I know, I replied, my voice steadier than I expected. That's why I'm here. The door opened and Principal Warner entered, followed by my mother, Marcus, and finally Tyler, who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Thank you all for coming, Miss Perez said. Helena has brought a concerning situation to my attention. Tyler rolled his eyes. This is ridiculous. I already apologized. Buying cake isn't an apology, I said. Enough, Mom interjected. Let Miss Perez speak. Miss Perez gestured to the torn letter. Tyler, Helena alleges that you deliberately destroyed her scholarship notification. Is that accurate? I didn't know what it was, he muttered. That's not what you said yesterday, I countered. You admitted you saw congratulations at the top. So what? It's just a piece of paper. They can send another one. Principal Warner leaned forward. Tyler, a scholarship notification isn't just paper. It represents Helena's hard work and future opportunities. I get that now. Tyler insisted, his voice rising. That's why I called them. That's why I kept the pieces. After the fact, Marcus pointed out. After you realized you'd gone too far. Tyler glared at him. Stay out of this. This is between me and my sister. It stopped being just between you two when you interfered with her education, Miss Perez said firmly. Mom placed a hand on Tyler's arm. Tyler, I need to understand why. Really why. His face flushed red. Because everyone's so focused on perfect Helena. Helena's grades, Helena's future, Helena's scholarship. What about me? What about Olivia? Are we just supposed to cheer from the sidelines while she leaves us behind? Is that what you think? I asked, genuinely surprised. That I'd just abandon you guys? Dad said he'd always be there too, Tyler shot back. Look how that turned out. The room fell silent. Mom's face paled. I'm not Dad, I said quietly. No, you're worse. Tyler stood suddenly. At least Dad was honest about leaving. You've been planning your escape for years, pretending you'll stay connected. Principal Warner stepped between us. Let's bring this back to the issue at hand. The issue, Tyler said, pointing at me, is that she's reporting me like a criminal when all I did was rip some paper. You deliberately destroyed something important to me, I said, my voice shaking now. Not just once, but repeatedly. My paper, my calculator, now my scholarship letter. This isn't about Dad or about me leaving. This is about you trying to control me. That's not... It is, I interrupted. And I'm done letting you sabotage me. Tyler laughed bitterly. So what's your grand plan? Get me suspended? Kicked off the team? Will that make you feel better? This isn't about punishment, Miss Perez interjected. It's about accountability. Same thing, Tyler spat. No, it isn't, Principal Warner corrected. Accountability means acknowledging harm and making amends. I brought cake! Tyler threw his hands up in exasperation. Cake doesn't fix this, I said. Tyler's face darkened. Nothing would fix this for you, would it? You've always held grudges, just like when I broke your science project in 3rd grade. That was an accident, I pointed out. This wasn't... You know what? Tyler stepped toward me, his voice low and dangerous. Go ahead and leave. Take your precious scholarship, but don't expect anything from me ever again. Mom stood. Tyler, that's enough. No, it's not enough. He swept his arm across Miss Perez's desk, sending the letter fragments flying. If I'm going to be punished anyway, might as well make it worth it. 3-day suspension and academic probation, I told Jada as we sat in the school courtyard the next morning. Plus, he has to write a formal apology letter and do 20 hours of community service in the library. That seems fair, Jada said. The library needs help anyway. Those books aren't going to reshelf themselves. Marcus joined us, setting his backpack on the ground. How'd your mom take it? Better than expected, I admitted. She said Tyler's behavior has been escalating for months. This was the wake-up call they both needed. And Tyler? Marcus asked. Radio silence. He didn't come home last night, stayed at his friend Drew's house. Jada squeezed my hand. Are you okay with how things turned out? Before I could answer, Olivia approached, looking uncertain. Can I join you guys? Of course. I moved over to make room. Everything all right? Tyler called me this morning, she said quietly. He wanted me to give you a message. I tensed. What kind of message? He said he's sorry and wants to know if you'll talk to him. Olivia fidgeted with her bracelet. He sounded really sad. Marcus and Jada exchanged glances. What are you thinking? Marcus asked me. I sighed. I'm thinking that sorry comes easily when there are consequences involved. People can change, Olivia suggested hopefully. They can, I agreed, but not overnight and not without real work. Miss Perez approached our group, clipboard in hand. Helena, do you have a moment? I nodded, excusing myself from my friends. I just got off the phone with the Westfield committee, she said. They're expediting your replacement letter. It should arrive tomorrow. Thank you, I said sincerely. There's more, she continued. Tyler came to my office this morning, He asked about making formal amends beyond his assigned consequences. What did you tell him? That it's ultimately up to you, she replied, but that genuine amends take time and consistent action, not just words. Later that afternoon, I found myself face to face with Tyler in our living room. Mom had arranged the meeting, then tactfully made herself scarce. I got suspended, he said flatly. I know. Coach says I might lose my starting position. Actions have consequences, I replied, keeping my voice neutral. Tyler looked up. I really am sorry, Helena. I wasn't thinking clearly. That's the problem, I said. You never think about how your actions affect others. I want to fix this. You can't fix it, Tyler. You can only do better going forward. He leaned forward. So we're good then? No, I said firmly. We're not good. What you did was a serious breach of trust. It's going to take time for me to feel like I can trust you again. But you're my sister, he protested. Yes? And that's why I'm even having this conversation instead of just writing you off completely. Tyler's face fell. So, what happens now? Now you do your community service. You write your apology letter. You show through your actions that you understand why what you did was wrong. And then we see, I said simply. No promises. The following week, I sat with Marcus and Jada at our favorite cafe, my reissued scholarship letter safely tucked into a folder. How does it feel? Jada asked, sipping her smoothie. Vindication? I considered the question. Not exactly. It feels like standing my ground. Tyler's actually showing up for his library duty, Marcus noted. I saw him reshelving books yesterday. He didn't even complain. Small steps, I acknowledged. Are you really going to Westfield? Jada asked. It's 3 states away. Yes, I said with certainty. This scholarship is my opportunity, and I've earned it. Distance doesn't have to mean abandonment. What about Tyler? Marcus asked. That's up to him, I said. I've set my boundaries. I've made it clear what kind of relationship we can have going forward. The ball's in his court. Jada raised her glass. To standing your ground. Marcus and I joined the toast. You know what I've learned from all this? I said as we clinked our glasses together. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even. It's moving forward without letting anyone hold you back. Even family? Olivia asked, appearing beside our table. Even family, I confirmed, making room for her to join us. Especially family. Do you think you'll ever really forgive him? Olivia asked quietly. I looked at my friends, then back at my sister. What do you think? Should some actions be unforgivable, or should we always leave room for people to change? Did you enjoy this story? Leave a comment below with your thoughts on forgiveness versus boundaries. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this every week.